Louisiana, close to New Orleans, way back up in the woods among the evergreens. This little log cabin made of earth and wood, where lived a country boy named Johnny B. Good, who never ever learned to read or write so well, but he could play a guitar just like a ring in the bell. Go, go.
All right, yo, welcome back. What's up? It's me, and welcome back to the BAMcast. So this is episode 7. Today I have another special guest, and it's another content creator of sorts. He creates a lot of things, but today we're going to be talking about something very specific, something near and dear to all our hearts. Tekken, the franchise of Tekken. So basically, the future of Tekken. Where do we go from here, basically? And on top of that, we're going to be also talking about an awesome website and book series, like a workbook series that my man over here is working on. Yeah, make some noise for him. If you're in the chat, feel free to make some noise. And don't worry, later on, I will respond to the chat and answer some questions. But feel free to throw some stuff out there and, yeah, interact with us. Anyways, without further ado, let's welcome Potzer99. Yeah, where's the crowd? I should have had a sound effect for that. What's up, man? I'm super excited to finally have you on here. What's going on?
Oh man, I'm glad to be on. You know, I love everybody, so you know, this is just good. I'm just happy to be here and have this opportunity.
Nice. So me and Potzer have been talking about doing this for a while now. We've just been working out some kinks and waiting for certain stuff to get ready. And yeah, basically he's going to be talking about this awesome workbook and website he's working on. I'm going to let him, you know, let's start there. And basically, let me look up my notes real quick before I move along. So basically, the website is TekkenGodPrime.com, and the book, the workbook series is called the Tekken God Prime Book Series. So yeah,
Shinobi.
Yo, Shinobi in the chat. What's up, man? Awesome. Yeah, check it out. Hold it up and put it close to the screen there. Awesome. Yeah. So basically, I don't know if you can screen share. If you can, man, feel free at any point during the show to share your website. If not, I can probably do that and we can show pictures of it. But that looks awesome, man. So this man made this himself, and he's coming up with this theory on how to better prepare yourself to become a great Tekken fighter, Tekken player, basically. So yeah,
right.
Man. Start wherever you would like to start, and let us know something about it.
All right, so the whole idea, I'm gonna grab where it started, and I feel like it started for most of us like this. So I'm gonna grab the book.
Go ahead. So yeah, welcome everyone. I do appreciate you guys in chat. Awesome. Shinobi's here. Cuddly Snell is back. The homie. Awesome, guys. I appreciate it. So he's gonna show us some stuff here.
So here.
Oh snap! I got those.
Yeah.
Nice.
So here we have the Tekken 3 strategy guides.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I don't know. I don't think I had a strategy guide for Tekken 2. I don't think I did. Right. But Tekken 3, you know, it was the strategy guide because you picked it up and it's like, all right, you know, you either busting ass or you getting your ass busted. Either one. You know?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
you like, all right. So if you was like me, you was getting that ass kicked. Right. So
yeah, that's a lot of us.
Right, you know, so shouts out to my homie Isaiah. You know, he was whipping my ass. So
nice.
So I'm like, all right, man.
So
we got the guide.
Yeah, yeah.
You
nice.
know, and I want to say that he actually gave me this guide here. He actually gave it to me. You know, I guess he was like, look, man, it's not working for you. So
yeah.
Now this actual guide, I picked it up on Amazon.
Some of them were more detailed than others because as a kid, you know, I didn't have a lot of money. So if I was going to spend money or be like, hey, mama, buy me this, I had to go through all the books, you know, while I'm sitting there at the bookstore and make sure I get the right one with the most information. Because some of them wouldn't show you everything or give you all the information. Like it was like a Cliff Notes version, you know. Right. But then you could find something. Like I got a Prima guide for Tekken 3.
I got that one. I got all the guides.
Yeah, that one has a lot of great information and secret stuff in there. And it also had badass artwork in the background, like in the back
Right, and
pages.
some of them came with posters.
Yeah.
You know, so like those were good. But see, so it started there, right? You're on these strategy guides, you're going through these guides, but the biggest problem with the guide is like a dictionary, right? So if we're looking up a word, let's say aardvark, right?
Yeah.
You're looking up a word, you go to it, you find it. Now, if you had a really good teacher, your teacher had you write down the word, the definition, had you write it all down, right? So because the dictionary is more like a survey. It's, you know, like, look, as I need information, I go through it, I find it real quick. 3 days later, all right, so what is an aardvark? It's like, well, I know it's and what's the definition? Like, well, I know it's a mammal, you know, I don't really know. Let me go back and look, right? So that's the problem with your traditional strategy guides, right? Is that they were, you know, like a book that you had and you would go back to it. It's like a reference guide, right? You're in a real match, you know, so if I'm fighting, so we're looking at this, we'll look at this. This is Paul. I'm fighting Paul. I'm going through this reference guide. Like, I don't have time. You know, the match is going on right now. You know,
you didn't do your homework.
Look, right. I need homework, right? So that's where this, the Tekken God Prime, you know, that's where it came in. It was like, look, not only do I need the move, but like I need to like have work to do. So like you guys just looking, you can see that
you got it all color coded. So
right, and I have it color coded for safe, like so I know what is safe and what's not safe.
So if you can open up a page on there, and I'm gonna see if I can put you full screen, and if you want, you know, I don't know how much information you want to put out on this, but basically show us how, like, what exactly is going on here. So what is it that you've done?
Okay, so let's look at the hammer punch. Right now, me looking just on my screen, it's there we go, so I can see it. All right, so we got the hammer punch is down 1. Right. So if we look, let's see, where is it? Hammer punch is over here, right? So we're looking at the hammer punch. The hammer punch is down 1. That's how you perform the move, right? And then we have it that it's 14 frames, and it's -9 to -8. Now what that means when it says -9 to -8, that's on distance. So if you're really close to a person, it's going to be -9. But if it's at the tail end of the block, then it's -8, right?
Got you.
And we have how to sidestep it. A lot of his moves are sidesteppable, right? That's how you can pretty much sidestep all of Paul's moves, right?
Exactly.
So, but that hammer punch is safe because the fastest move in the game is going to be 10 frames, right? So on block, if you're free after 9 frames, then that means that you can use that move and you're going to be safe. So if I do the move and you block, right, I can do another move, or I'll be safe. You can't hit me. I can block your next move.
Got you. So you're setting up a game. You're basically setting up a game plan, and which is kind of what we did with the strategy guides. But the problem is you go in there, you look at it real quick, and you know you might remember it for a little while, but then you're like, let me change up my technique. Let me try something else. But then you try to go back to the original one, and you've forgotten it already because you have no homework. And if you're in tournament or you're like just, you know, you're somewhere. I
think you gotta switch the screen back. I'm just
let's do that. If you're in tournament and you know you want to basically recall all this information without having to read the entire guide again, you know, and index everything, you basically can just go back to the notes that you made. And the way you did it is really quick because you color coded the ones that are safe or the ones that you know.
So I did that because, you know, it has to, like, this guide has to be able to work if you want to play with Paul or if you want to defend against Paul.
Yeah, exactly. So it works both ways.
Right.
Which is
you
awesome.
know, so like if you're a Paul player, now one thing that I noticed just interacting with the high level players, the pros, is that they all have a Paul. Like all of them know how to use Paul. All of them know how to use Jack. All of them know how to use Kazuya, right? So, you know, so like that's like a checkpoint. You know, like if you're just trying to say like, okay, I want to be a pro player, right? You need to at least know, like, you need to have a Paul and that you know how to use, right?
Mm-hmm.
So,
It's like a
so
base.
like,
That's like a base.
yeah,
That's where you
right.
start, right? Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense.
So, I had to develop the books and give them some wiggle room so that no matter how you're using them, whether it's defense or offense, you can make it work.
Nice. Yeah, that's actually the best thing. It's a quick guide that you can just look into. Like, I mean, that's what people need. That's what I need for sure, is to like study up and write things down. I never write things down.
Right.
And that's what bites me in the ass, because then I'm kind of like, I go in with a game plan, and when that fails, I panic. Like I'll just panic,
like, don't we all?
And I might have two game plans. I'll be like, all right, this guy is trying to launch me, after he blocks this move or whatever. So that's where I can catch him. But then, I fight another opponent, same character. He does something different. He backs up, and now I'm panicking, or I'm trying to rush in, and now I'm getting caught because I only had that one or two game plans. Like there was no, nothing else going on. And I may have had something that would have beat it in the past, but because I didn't write it down, I've forgotten everything.
Right. Exactly. So like that's the thing. It's like, all right, because it's like what, 44? It's like 45, maybe more than that characters in the game. 40, 7. I don't know what it's up to now. And it's at the point now where people talking about, man, they need to add season 3. You like, man, look, I'm just trying to learn these 45 characters, let alone 2-3 more. Like,
so you're the only person who doesn't jump for joy whenever a new character is announced as much as everyone else, because you're kind of like, let me finish my book series.
Right. Yeah.
Because let me get this right. So basically, your book series is tailor made per character. So what you're doing is you're making a workbook per each character. So right now you have Li Xiaolin and Paul, right?
Paul,
ready?
Yeah,
those are ready to go 100%.
Yeah.
And you can order those off your website, basically, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
TekkenGodPrime.com. You can get them. But that's the whole idea, is just to build something so that we have, a way to keep track of everything and progress. So like if there's so many characters, right?
Yep.
Let's say, I'm having a problem with Lei Wulong, or I'm having a problem with Paul.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm having a problem with them, but the biggest problem is that I'm not fighting them enough.
Yeah.
If I'm fighting Lei Wulong every 2-3 weeks, then it's like just skimming through something like a strategy guide. We crack open the strategy guide and we skim through it, and we don't look at it for 3 weeks. Like,
yeah, I've heard that. I've heard pros say that before too, where what it is with certain characters, like let's say Lei Wulong, which is my favorite. Sometimes you beat people that may be better than you, but it's also because they haven't remembered that character. They only fight them once or twice a month or something, right? Because that's how little you come across a obscure character like that, right? So, but had they have done their homework and written it down in your book, they could have quickly opened it and been like, okay, I see what's going on here, and adjusted.
Right. And like, trust me, like, you're going to, whenever you write something down, we know, just dealing with paper, like, you remember it. You just remember more. And like, this is not trying to even sell my stuff. Cause like I had a guy, he's like, why are you selling these books when you can do it for free? And you can do it for free. Like I have free videos going through it. So you can just write it down yourself. Right.
Yeah.
That's not the problem. The thing is about time.
Yeah.
Like, look, do you want to write all of this stuff down yourself? If you have the time to do it, do it. But if you're like me, you really don't have time. Like, I wish all of this stuff was already done and I could just buy as I need, like I would buy it. Like, look, and it's already organized. Look, and you've done the hard part. Let me do the next hard part.
Yeah, exactly. And you've made it look really professional, because if I was to do it myself, of course I have to go in there and sit there and do all the work, find out the frame data using whatever method I may want to use, and then write it down and jot it all down and probably rewrite it 100 times till it's nice and neat.
Right.
And it's just going to be notebook paper, or you can make it all look consistent and you know, nice and organized like your books. I would much rather just buy the book. Like if it's already done.
And then like you would have to write down what the move is. So down 2, right? Or down 1, you would have to write, you know, D2 or you know E1. I want you to write that down. So what I did was I give you a diagram and you fill it in. So you still have to put the notation. Like I give you the down or the down forward.
Yeah.
But you have to put in what command button it is. You have to fill it in.
Oh, nice. That's what those little black marks were.
Yeah,
then.
yeah.
So basically,
that's where
the buttons are, the inputs are basically everything's white out, and you can just fill in what you need, right?
Right.
That's pretty cool. And it's really cool too, because let's say somebody's playing on PlayStation and they like to color these buttons. Like I like everything to say 1, 2, 3, 4, right? I actually want them to put an over screen layout whenever I'm streaming that actually says 1, 2, 3, 4 instead of the colors. Yeah. There's this one guy who made an on-screen overlay whenever you watch my stream. It used to be like the Xbox button colors, you know? But I don't like that because I don't understand those colors. I don't really play Xbox. If anything, if I can't get the numbers, I asked him, hey, could I get PlayStation colors? And he made it. If you go to his website now, I'll see if I can find it here. He made a switch where you can change it to PlayStation colors and all that.
Oh, yeah, that's fresh.
But that's why I like your book. You left everything white. So if I'm you know, if I like numbers, I can fill in the buttons with, you know, with the numbers. If I like PlayStation colors, I can just get markers and color in that way, or Xbox, whatever it may be. So yeah, that's all really helpful. Yeah. I was gonna see. You know what I'm gonna do right now? I'm gonna look for your website. Let me see. I should have had it up already. Where is the? Here it is. I have the link right here, and I'm gonna show it on screen if that's fine with you.
Yeah, sure.
Full screen.
Yeah. Pull it up.
Let's see.
And while you're doing that, I'll talk about the different ones, because like I have one where it's a spiral back like this, so this way you can just open it and flip it, you know. So
oh, nice. Okay, yeah.
So so I had one that spiraled, like, so now we're at the website. That's cool. It's cool, but
all right, I'm gonna go back to the website so we can talk about that.
Yeah.
So now we're at the website. So this is Tekken God Prime. This is where all. Yeah, tell us what we can do when we come to your website.
Yeah. So the way I put it, because you know, like because this is so different and so unique and new, like I have to kind of, you know, tell you what it is that I'm doing. You know, so this is all sales copy. This is just, you know, I wrote all of this so that when you come here, it's like, okay, what is Tekken God Prime? You know, so I just put up like sales copy to kind of get you right into the, so you know, okay, what can I get from this? How is this going to help me? And then so that I lay all of that out and I actually tell you what's inside of it.
Nice.
You know?
Yeah, let me read some of it. So basically one of the lines says, and I kind of do this now with like basically I can't remember what direction to sidestep with most characters. There's a ton of characters, so I made myself a little list. Anyways, during the screen, I'll take a look at that list. Now, if I had your book, it'd be even better because I could do more than just find out, you know, which way to sidestep. But basically, it says on your website, during the versus loading screen, you can quickly and easily create a game plan guaranteed to increase your wins, you know, before even competing. So that's good. And then you hit the checkpoints here. Tekken God Prime Workbook. Basically, this is what you learn, or basically not only learn it, but it'll stick. Because the problem right now is learning the information and it not sticking. But with this book is you'll learn unsafe moves, you'll learn how to punish strings, you'll win more games, and you'll play like a Tekken God Prime, basically.
Right.
Yeah, so I like that line. But yeah, when you guys get time, I'm going to put this, the link to this in the description of this video, and I'll go back to all my social media and also put it in there wherever I posted, whether it be Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all that stuff. Also, if you guys are watching right now, feel free to, you know, check it out and share this podcast as well. Like, share this out with your friends or just share it all over. Anyways, so is there anything else you want to talk about on here, or should I go down and show them where you can purchase the book, basically?
Yeah, you can go down because the frame data. And you know, like, I'm not trying to sell, but
yeah,
it talks about how the frame data is not in the book. You know, like, this is a workbook. So but I give you access to the frame data.
Well, here's the good thing I mean, that's perfect. Yeah, this is perfect. I actually like that because sometimes you don't want everything filled out. You just want the stuff that's important to you. That's what happens with strategy guides. You know, it's too much sometimes.
Right. It's so much information, you know, that it becomes overwhelming. And if you read, like, you know, if you read Eddie, Lei Wulong, Kazuya, Paul, the Bears, Devil Jin, you know, King.
Mm-hmm.
You're not gonna remember none of that.
Yeah.
Like,
that's
you
a good
know,
point.
So yeah, that's why I didn't put it in, because you have to go and get the information. But it's on the website, so you don't have to go far.
So what I was gonna say for you,
y'all can get the information now, like,
for you PC player. Well, okay, so for console players, they gotta use apps on the phones or stuff like that that kind of tells you. The frame data.
Tekken Chicken is one. That's a good one.
Tekken Chicken, that one's really good. But for
T7 Chicken.
But for us PC Master Race players, we get to use the Tekken Bot Prime app, basically, or program.
Oh yeah.
Man, I think it's so awesome. Basically, the way I would see myself, like once you get this Lei Wulong book made, I want to buy it because I want to bring that in and start writing my frame data of what's important to me. You know. But basically, you can go in there, open up your workbook, and then you can start jotting down frame data really quickly without sitting there having to count frames. You know, you can or having to look at these apps and filling it in. You can just like literally pick that character, and if you want to know, what his one is, you hit the button and it shows you like immediately. If you want to see what it does when it's blocked, you can do that as well. So that's a great way to work, with your book and that app.
Yeah. This will work with any way that you want to get your information. Mm-hmm. But like I said, I put the information up here so that if you don't have a means, you can come to the Tekken God Prime website and get all of the frame data.
Nice. Show us where that's at.
Yeah, so like I think it's at the top. So if you go to the top of the screen, you can go. You can click on shop or whatever, but at the very top of the screen,
the move list.
So
I looked at this. I looked at this yesterday. So definitely. It basically jumps you to this page where you can get all the frame data. So like Akuma, that's one that I definitely need to.
You
learn
just select your character,
and you can find everything here, huh?
Yep. Yeah.
So basically, anytime he does that. What's that move called where he jumps in the air and he does the little flip? Is it like Demon?
Raging? Is that no? That's not Raging Demon. That's
like a demon flip or something like that. Yeah. Where basically he can go into like 4 options from there.
Right. Yeah, that's the mix up.
It's the mix up. That's the one that I know I can sidestep and I know I can do that, but sometimes I block and I want to know. It seems like he's plus quite a bit. On everything, unless you maybe block low or something.
Yeah, that should be like Dragon Punch down forward. Like Dragon Punch with a kick.
Yeah, with a kick, right? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So like forward, down, forward.
But basically, I come in here and get all the frame data for that out of here. And basically, it says, it tells you if it's high, the hit level, and all that, of course. And it tells you startup frames, block frames, hit frames. Nice. So this is perfect. It's all in one place, right?
Right. And I actually created a book where all of this is in one book for Amazon. Yeah, it's
How do I get to that one?
I think it's called Big Book of Frames. So if you go to the shop now.
All right.
I think I posted it, so I believe it.
So I saw this where it says you go to browse, take them.
So if you go back and go to shop.
Okay.
I think I put it up on the website and go to browse.
Okay, go to browse. Yeah.
Yeah. See, all right. So I didn't put it up yet, but it's on Amazon. Nice. I'll put it up so that you guys can check it out, and I'm gonna pull it up here.
So one of them says the Tekken 7 offense and defense workbook, and that's the one. One of them is a spiral, and one of them is like a. One's for Paul. Okay, one's for Paul and one's for
Lee.
Lee. Okay, I see.
Yeah, so if you click on the book, click on any one, it doesn't matter.
And then then
it'll take you to it'll take you to like where you can
purchase it basically.
Yeah, and so if you scroll down,
oh nice, you can purchase it right from here. I thought I was gonna
yeah,
send it
and
to
if
like
you scroll
Amazon.
down, like so this, if you buy it from the site, that's like a PDF.
Okay, cool.
So like if you wanted, so if you wanted a PDF of it, that's how you go. But if you go back,
yeah,
then you can get it from what is it, Amazon?
Amazon, right? Yeah.
Yeah, Amazon, or I have a publishing company that I use who
here it
print
is.
like the spiral back and all of that. So like if you had you would see it like buy the physical copy and stuff like that. So
it shows.
And you can download the free preview, and that way you can go through it, and kind of see what it's about.
Yeah, I definitely suggest people do that at least, because it's basically a few of his moves, and you can see how it works. And I think once you sit there and actually write it down, that's where your mind's going to be like opened up, and you're going to be like, oh, okay, I get what this guy's doing. I see what Potter's doing here. This is great, basically.
Yeah, definitely. You can get it, download the free preview, and you're gonna be in the game.
You're gonna be in business.
Right.
Yeah, cool, man. I definitely need to pick one of these up. This is gonna be awesome. Like, I think I would want a physical copy because the cover is pretty cool. So I'd like to have it on my desk, Yeah,
and that way you can write. You can just write it down. It's just better, like dealing with paper. But just for people like, and this technology isn't here yet, but the reason why I made it the digital copy was for the future. So like a year from now, you'll be able to write in your Kindles.
Oh, nice. So this is coming to a digital Kindle.
Right,
nice.
Right. Because you can already do it on a PDF. So that's why, I know that you're going to be able to do it on the Kindle. It's just going to take some time.
Yeah.
But here is the frame data book. It's called the Big Book of Frames, and it's all the characters. And
nice. So that's
it's all the characters, frame data. You can just go through it,
So you'll put that up you'll put that up on the website pretty soon?
Yeah, I'm gonna put it up.
That one definitely seems good to have.
Yeah. I use it. I use that all the time because with the apps, the apps is just clunky. You gotta kind of go through your stuff, and
yeah.
I don't really care for it that much, but yeah, just the book, I like it just because I can just go quickly, get right to where I'm trying to look, and boom, I'm in business. So.
Nice. All right, so let me see if I had anything else to ask you here. You mentioned something about videos and something about touring to me when we spoke.
Oh yeah. So like that's to come. So you guys, if you go, like when you look at the Tekken God Prime, it says like, I think it might says like sign in or members or something like that. So what I'm gonna do is I've been creating videos like going through all the Tekken God Prime stuff, like going through Paul, right? Looking at his frame data, looking at like just really understanding them at the very core level. So I'm gonna put all of those videos on that website, so that it's easy for you to just like, okay, look, I'm trying to learn Paul. You just click on Paul. And those videos come up.
That's what you were doing.
You don't have to worry.
That's what you were doing when you were recording all of those videos daily. You were like setting up video reference files basically, where you can just click on it and be like, this is what it looks like. Okay, cool. And then
I think am I on full screen?
Yeah, let me take you off. Let's see. I had you because you were showing the book off. Let me read some chat stuff here real quick.
Yeah, let's get into the
chat. One of the guys says, I'm a different level player each day of the week. And, again, that goes into, you're good because you're using a good strategy one day, and then you may change it up the next day, or that strategy that you were using doesn't work out for a different level player. So you need to change up your tactics, but you may have forgotten what to do because you didn't write it down. So got to get that book. And then somebody said, "Oh, just tweeted you out. Thanks, Shinobi. I do appreciate that, man. Yeah, guys, share the podcast. Let's get the word out."
Yeah, Shinobi. Good luck, homie.
Yeah. And then one of the guys is like, "Time to practice." All right, I think they're getting excited, man. You're making people want to play some Tekken right now.
And that's what it's about, man. I love Tekken, and we all love Tekken, man. So.
Yeah. And then the homie RJ, who's the best Tekken waifu? That's the real question. Yeah. What is that? Let's see. Oh, Eliza for me. I like Eliza. Fine as hell. Eliza's my chick. If you guys have any answers for that in the chat, yeah, feel free to write those down. Let's see.
Yeah, see, I like I like all the Tekken girls. I like Josie.
Yeah.
Them things be jiggling, baby.
They had to contract out the Dead or Alive
right.
company Ninja or whatever to work on the physics.
Use the engine well, you know. Look, the physics, you know.
Hell yeah, yep. All right, so and then let's see. Basically, people seem like they're into it. Little happy faces and shit. All right, so let's move on to a different question here for you. Also, if any of you guys in the chat have any questions, feel free to ask them. Bam loves Katarina. Yeah, she's my second favorite. Definitely.
Yeah,
he knows.
Yeah, I like them all.
What,
yeah.
What's homegirl with the cat ears? Oh, Lucky Chloe.
Oh, that's the only. Yeah, she not really built like a savage. You know, like
you're like some meat on them bones.
Yeah.
Some thickness.
She was my least. I know who's the least favorite.
All right. So basically, now that we're done talking some business, I got 2 more questions for you. We'll go through this one, and I want to ask you some stuff about your Evo trip, but we'll do that one last. And I also want to ask you about Charleston Tekken on your shirt that you have there. But let's jump on to this real quick, because this sounds like fun. Where does Tekken 7 go from here? Some of the ideas me and you cooked up when we were talking off stream was Tekken 8, maybe? I'm not really down for that yet. But what I am down for is Tekken Cross Street Fighter. So basically, what Capcom would try to do. So basically, the original plan when Tekken Cross Street Fighter came out, or Street Fighter Cross Tekken came out, is that it was going to be 2 games released. First, it was going to be the Street Fighter, one in the Street Fighter world, and then Tekken Cross Street Fighter was going to come out, and that was going to be basically all the Street Fighter guys come into the Tekken world, in the Tekken engine and all that. And I would love to see that for several reasons. One, because I think it would bring... Well, one, here was the problem with the original game. So when Street Fighter did it, it didn't get as hype as it should have, because they basically gave you a hollow shell of what Tekken is.
Right. They couldn't
do it. They couldn't translate it.
Yeah.
Basically, they just put all you basically got was these Tekken skins in the vein of Street Fighter, of what that looked like at the time, basically.
Right.
And I mean, it looked cool. I definitely liked the soundtrack, but that's about all I liked about from the game. They changed the moves. You went from having 200 moves down to like 8.
Yeah.
And the strat, everything was different. It was nothing like Tekken. But the reason I think Tekken Cross Street Fighter will work is because we've already seen that the Tekken guys can bring anybody from any franchise, including Akuma, and translate it exactly how they would fight in their game, but make it work in Tekken.
Right, yeah. A 2D fighter can work
in a 3D game.
Tekken, right.
Yeah, especially the way the way Namco and Harada just fine-tune these things like a well-oiled machine is insanity. Who would have thought Akuma would have been as good in Tekken as he is? He's pretty high up there on the tier list too. If you run into a good Akuma, and Geese is a monster. Geese is insane. I almost gave up Lei Wulong to play Geese. So I remember Lei Wulong. He wasn't in the game, so basically I had to switch it up. And at first I was like, well, let me try some of these projectile characters, which Eliza was the first one. So I was like, all right, she's pretty cool. I'm liking it, And then Geese came out, and I was like, oh, holy shit. I love Fatal Fury, and I love the whole Geese Howard and Terry Bogard, his lore. But man, when they brought him in Tekken, not only did he look dope, he looked better than he's ever looked in any other game, but they brought all his moves into there. Even stuff you wouldn't imagine would work in Tekken, like the Raging Storm. It works perfectly. It's seamless, and it's all fair. It doesn't seem like, OP or anything. I mean, maybe a little bit, but not bad. They've actually tweaked them. But they do this.
The so-called nerf is not a nerf.
Not a nerf. Well, you know why they do this though? So like whenever Negan comes out and whenever Akuma comes out and all these people come out, they purposely make them OP because they want to bring people in from other franchises, and they're not going to come in to see their character just suck, So they're like, let's make them OP. And if you notice, they always tweak them down, and they tweak them down to make it more fair.
Right.
But it works because it's bringing all these people from all these other franchises.
But see, they also and I knew they was gonna nerf Geese. Like I knew they was gonna do it because whoever dominates tournaments, like if your character dominates more than like 3, now it's 3. Like if we take it back to JDCR and Saint, their era, right? So they had like what was it, 2017 on lock? Like they had it on lock. Right?
Yeah.
They were number 1 all the time for the whole year. Everything.
Yeah.
1 and 2. If Saint and JDCR was gonna be there, it was a wrap.
It was over.
That was your top 2. Yeah,
everybody was like, so who do you think's gonna get third? That was the only question because you already knew with the top spots.
Right. Like that was it. And people got to the point where Tekken started to lose interest.
Yeah.
The numbers, the streaming numbers, Twitch numbers started going down. A lot of the streamers were going down. It was very predictable. So they learned, so they nerfed those 2 characters. They nerfed them, right? Like right away. And so after that era, what you found was anytime if a person won, I would say like 4 tournaments. If you won 4 tournaments with a character, right? Or if multiple people won, but 4 top, grand final winners were your character, they nerfed him. And we saw that happen with Geese. Like, there was an explosion of Geese
came up
just
quick,
a little bit ago.
Yeah.
Because people wasn't using them right when he first came out.
No, they weren't. And then once they started learning that shit, man, he became so powerful.
Oh,
I don't even think they knew like the capabilities of Geese. When they originally brought him out, they're like, "Oh man, these people are going." He was the first one that I think had a death combo, like a list of death combos, basically.
Bounce. He was the only person who had a bounce.
They brought the wall bounce solely because of Geese. He brought that into the game.
Right, awesome. Right. So like, but people was like, even with the bounce, they wasn't using them. But it's like I want to say, like right before the nerf, if you look at the tournaments. Like Nee was using Geese, like Arslan, Ash.
All the top streamers were too, like Main Man Swede was using them. King J was using them. Ariz from Avoiding the Puddle was using them for a while.
But like there's like some big Koreans, the Japanese, like winning tournaments with them.
Yeah.
And right after like they probably, like I said, like 4 or 5 tournaments, boom, he was nerfed. And this nerf is not even a real nerf. Now, because now they can get that back 3, they can hit back 3 4 times before they go into a combo. Like, the Geese.
They brought his meter down. I mean, they brought his meter down too. Like, it takes longer to build meter, and then I think it depletes a little bit faster. So
let
me read some stuff in the chat because they are responding to the question of where does Tekken 7 or Tekken go from here. So somebody says, well, this one's kind of a little bit unrelated, but I'll read it anyways. Let me ask you this. What do you all think of modding to get rid of input lag with minor tweaks, text tweaks? I heard Shinobi talking to me about this at one point, but I'm not sure if it's like, that's probably just an online thing. And I don't know if it's basically making your input lag better, or it's just that you have a slow system and it's just allowing you to cut some things out, like let's say some effects, and allowing you to reach the the lag that you're supposed to be at. Because I don't think there is a way possible to make it less input lag than what the game is intended to be.
Oh yeah.
Because I know that's what it is. Yeah.
If you look at Daigo, he got his controller got banned.
Oh, I saw that. He had a self-made hitbox, basically, right?
Right. The insides were he like flipped it around because like if you hit forward and back right now on a standard hitbox, if you hit both of them together, it puts you in neutral.
It's like you're not pressing anything, basically.
Right. It's like you're not pressing anything.
Called SOCD cleaner, basically.
Yeah. So he changed that to where it went to your last input.
Oh, so okay. So basically, it's like you're buffering a button, basically.
Right.
So, like, instead of you having to be like, oh, I want to quickly press back or quickly press forward, he would just let go of something, and it was like,
it was always, because remember, he was using Gao.
Yeah.
So that means that he was always holding back, even when he wasn't holding back. So that got faster.
Why would he think
sonic booms?
Why would he think that would fly though? Like he knows the game. Like why would you? You know the rules.
Was flying.
You know? It was flying. Yeah.
It was flying until they caught him.
Damn.
So like he got caught.
But they didn't strip him of anything, like any past victories, or he just hadn't won.
Well, I believe that he got caught after a win, but they didn't strip him. They just banned that controller.
Yeah. And what really irked me, because I'm kind of like, okay, so I love the hitbox, right? And there's already like an uphill battle of people being like, oh, we don't want these in the game. Which to me, it's play on what it is that you like to play on. It's at the end of the day, it's the player, not the controller. You know, one of my buddies likes to say a bad craftsman likes to blame his tools. You know, so he's like, oh, I didn't beat you because I was playing on this Korean stick and you're playing on a hitbox. You're blaming your tools basically. You know,
right?
You're a bad craftsman. But basically. Yeah, I don't know. We're having an uphill battle trying to get hitbox not banned in tournaments.
Right,
It's happened in the past. For a long time, they didn't want it, and now it's becoming big industry. I can't wait till I start seeing a mainstream hitbox that you can buy in the store, just like you can some of these Mad Cat fight sticks. You know,
right?
Because once it hits that point, that's it. It's mainstream. It's not going away. And I don't see the argument, to be honest, because it's a controller that was created for fighting games. You know,
right.
It's kind of like.
Yeah, I think it's just nostalgia. Shout out, you know. But you know, it's romanticizing. Like that's what I feel. I feel like it's just the older cats just romanticizing because like controllers, like regular D-pad controllers, you know, that the Americans were using, that didn't fly. You know, so like the Japanese and the Korean players, they're like, yo, come on, man. Like, you using a controller, like, you're cheating.
Exactly. There was one guy, like, here was the other thing, too. There's always the argument of, well, there's that, but there's always the argument of, oh, well, pad players aren't as good as stick players. And I know some really good pad players.
Right.
I saw one guy win on a freaking PS1 controller. I think it was like a Tekken Tag 2 tournament that he won that on. So
pad is faster. I can't say better, right? Because that term implies like so much.
Yeah.
But a pad is faster than a stick.
At certain things, though, it's kind of like you have to give and like get a little bit. Like basically, it can do some things, but you can't backdash as good on a pad as you can on like a stick or hit.
Oh, you can. You can because it's just the distance. Yeah. Like that's what it's all about. And I don't believe I have a arcade stick in here, but I have a few. But the whole idea, so like the Japanese what is it? The Japanese fighting stick, right? It has a square gate on it.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, it has a square gate. So when you move it back, so like I wish I had something that was square. We'll just use this iPad, right? So the rod or whatever, you know, the actual joystick is in the center, right? When you come about right here, it clicks.
Yeah.
When you get here, this is the end of this is when you hear the sound of your arcade stick, and it makes that douche, right?
In that wall, yeah.
Right. So on a Japanese one, right, it's square. So when you get here and you hear that click, that's when the motion has registered for the game, right? So from here all the way to here, that's when you move back. Is once you reach here, right?
Yeah.
Most people when they play, they hit
all the way.
This. Yeah, they, you know what I mean? So they go back, they boom, and that's when they go back, right?
Yeah.
But the actual input starts here, right? And it goes that way for all. The Koreans, they use an octagonal one, right? Where it's basically like down here. Like it's not, you're gonna, like a Japanese one hits here, right? But the octagonal one, you actually have to hit those corners before it moves.
Yeah.
Right? So that's just in distance. You know, but your D-pad, you know, as soon as you press this, that's the input.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like
It's a distance thing.
It's faster. Like
Yeah.
as soon as I press that, I'm there, right? And so I do a quarter circle, I'm there. Whereas, you know, and that's not to say that one is better.
It's all
versus
different.
the other,
and it's also
but it's faster.
It's a preference
you know, like
thing too. It's like some people have more mobility with, like, let's say their thumbs and stuff, so they prefer that pad. Some people have better dexterity with their wrist, you know. But
right.
And then some people have, like me, are way better with just fingers, you know.
Yeah. And a point with the wrist, because Q-Dance, he had to get surgery on his wrist. You know, like a lot of stick players, a lot of Koreans, a lot of Japanese players who've been playing for long, and that's why you don't see those old players play anymore. Like the Tekken 4 gods, the Tekken 5 gods, a lot of them. You know, you don't even hear about them.
Carpal tunnel, man.
Right, exactly. Exactly. From the wrist. You know, you just doing this. Especially Korean backdash, and you see like you.
Yeah, and you imagine doing that, you know, all day long.
God.
But basically, it's kind of like nice. I like that you put the joke out there before. You didn't give no one a chance to jump on that one. It was like, anyways, I forgot what I was gonna say. Basically, yeah, I worked on computer. I've been working on computers for like 9 years out of my life, and I got real bad, like, carpal tunnel or whatever the fuck on this wrist.
Yeah.
So it's way, you know, I can play for hours on a hitbox. Like, I mean, hours, 4 or 5 hours. You know, most I played, on average, I used to play like for 2 hours or whatever, right? When I do play. But I can do that no problem, you know?
Right.
Come back like an hour later and it's like nothing. No. But if I play on other stuff, like let's say the pad, I mean, I start getting like pains in between my fingers. But that's just me, you know? Or if I tried to play with a stick, which I have, my wrist is not having that, you know.
Yeah. Like, man, it'll definitely, you know, long term, it'll mess you up. You know, It's like football versus football. You feel me? Like,
let me read some of these comments because I think we got distracted here. But basically, one of them says, "Are they gonna fight?" I think they're talking about me and you. We should have planned to do that on here. But anyways, so D. Carter says one of the things he would like to see for the future of Tekken, they're just throwing ideas out there, you know. So basically, he says Tekken cross Soul Calibur. And I think he's seeing, you know, how like when Noctis came in, we never thought weapons would work in Tekken. It works, you know.
Yeah.
So that's another possibility. Crazy. It makes sense, but at the same time, it doesn't. But it makes sense because Namco produces both of those, you know, games. But the other thing he says is Tekken Tag 3. I actually don't enjoy the tag games as much as I do the solo one-on-ones. Yeah. But I mean, it's not a bad idea. That's usually somebody before I started the show pointed that out. I think it was Nostalgia Fan. He was like, they usually go. I think he said it's like 2 games and then a tag game. That's how it's been, right? So what was it? Tekken 1, 2, 3, and then we got tag.
And then Tekken Tag.
So that's and then 4, 5, 6, and then
Dark
Tag
Resurrection.
2. Dark Resurrection. But and then Tekken
Tag 2.
Tekken Tag 2 came out after
Tekken 6.
Yeah. So now it's Tekken 7. So it wouldn't be time for a tag it. That's why I want to see Tekken Cross Street Fighter.
Tekken Cross Street Fighter will probably be a tag based game.
Yeah, and I guess that works. Because it's something different.
That's gonna be crazy. Can you imagine like Akuma and Geese together?
Yeah. Well, that's what I want to see. So basically, SNK. Somebody brought that up because I kind of want to see that even more than I do.
Yeah.
Me
too. Me too, man.
I want to see SNK be revitalized. You know.
Yeah.
So basically, somebody says actually SNK. Oh, Carter says actually SNK Cross Tekken would be great. They're a better fit. I think so too, style wise and. I just think it would be. Look how great Geese is. Could you imagine Terry Bogard in there and Mai and Joe Higashi? Joe Higashi versus Bruce Irving.
Right, Billy Kane with that'd be so fresh.
Yeah,
or
dude.
That's a lot of Fatal Fury, but you know they got a whole bunch of guys.
King of Fighters. You could even say King of Fighter versus Tekken.
Right.
I think they would have to bring the entire King of Fighters to have the same amount of players as Tekken. You know?
Yeah, that would be crazy.
But the reason I think all this is a good idea is because it would bring all these fighting communities a little bit closer. Because the game would actually be good it wouldn't be like Street Fighter Cross.
Yeah,
Tekken.
yeah.
It would be good, and I could see this game going to tournaments and stuff.
Yeah. That Street Fighter, it was trash, and it didn't even have to be. But I understand why, why they made it like that. Yeah. But it just it really put limitations just on on the potential of the game.
Yeah, the reason I think it's a possibility too is because a few weeks back, somebody asked Harada, and he posted. It was an interview, and he wrote down his statements and everything, and then he posted that on Twitter. That's where I saw it. Basically, they asked Harada, they were like, "So what's going on with Tekken Cross Street Fighter?" Because that just basically it just went away. One day we just didn't hear about it anymore, and I think it was to do with how badly the other game performed. And also him focusing, and that's what he's been saying for years, focusing on Tekken 7, which was great because it's the greatest Tekken that's ever come out to me. It's the greatest one out of all of them. But basically, he's like, yeah, it's gonna happen. We're like, I think he said 30% or 40% done with the game assets and stuff. It's still not halfway, but that's quite a bit of work done. So he says they're basically picking up where they left off, and he's gonna make some kind of another announcement soon.
And then you got to think about the new consoles. Like, I haven't really watched a lot of E3, but within a year or 2 years is going to be a new console.
Yeah, there's going to be a few.
Probably maybe 2 years.
They're also coming out with a bunch of streaming services. Like Google's coming out with their own video game thing called Strata or Stasis or something like that. Basically, they figured it out to where you can stream all your games. Like, basically, like right now, if I want to play PC quality games, I have to buy my expensive PC that I have sitting here and awesome graphics card and all that. And then I got to get all my controllers and do all that and ready to go. Nowadays, what's coming out next, and I think some of the consoles are going to try to do it too, is you buy the Google controller, which almost looks like a cross between this and the Xbox controller. You buy this, and that's it. All your games will be online. You pay for them. You can either pay a monthly subscription or you can pay for the game in full, and you can stream those games, like play them at 4K, up to 4K, and they're already they've already did the framework so they can go up to like 8K, which is great. Now for the casual player, that'll be great when it comes to fighting games, but for like an actual player, they're still gonna want to be hardwired because of no matter what, the lag.
Right.
But that's the next thing coming out.
Yeah, no, see, I tried something like that with the PlayStation Now.
Oh yeah, but that's more of a that's like the prototype of what they're coming out with now. That's like you got to start somewhere. Everything has to start somewhere. Remember when games weren't even online? Look how good they are now.
Yeah. But I tried it. Like a streaming type of game service, and it was cool. So if the price is right, I think that's going to be a good direction. But but I think all right, you gotta look at tournaments and multiple online, that really dictates how things are going and the path that it's going. Because the gaming community is getting big. It's always been big, but it's starting to come together.
Yeah.
It's really forming together. Now Tekken players from all over can come together and talk about Tekken.
Yeah.
At first, look, if you like me, back with Tekken 6, I didn't play anybody for maybe a year, 2, 3 years before I played somebody physically.
Yeah.
I was playing people online. So before Tekken 6, Virtual Fighter, what was it? 5, I think, is the latest one. Right? So it was no online. I didn't have nobody to play.
Yeah.
I was just, it was just me. So I could watch videos, right? I could watch YouTube and see how the top players are playing, but I couldn't play anybody. So if you don't have a large fighting community,
in your area, right?
In your area,
yeah.
Back then. But now, we all can get together. We all can play. You can find people. All the games are online and connecting.
Yeah.
But I think that individual without the internet component is still going to be a factor.
Yeah.
So depending on the price, there's a lot of factors, but
yeah. Okay, cool. So I'm going to transition to the final question that I had for you. Let me make sure I say this correctly. Basically, I wrote down a note for myself saying, ask him about his Evo trip, and ask him about that tournament he entered a little while back. Remember, you went to go just have fun and learn some stuff, and basically see how you could do. You know?
Yeah. So Evo, I am going to Evo. You know,
Nice, man. I'm excited for you.
I picked up my tickets. So I got my hotel.
Nice.
And I got my flight, right? So I mean that's running me about 15. And
man, it's expensive to get out there, huh?
Yeah. It's crazy, right?
How many days are you gonna be gone, you think?
So I get there Thursday. Mm-hmm. It starts Friday, so I'll be there Thursday through Monday. So I check out Monday. So it's like 4 days, you know, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And, you know, I get on my flight Monday. But thinking now, I really should just set up my flight so I would have left Sunday night.
You might still have time to change it. When is it going to happen? Like when is all this
so it's the first weekend of August. I think it's like the Thursday is the first.
Yeah.
So Evo is from the second. You know, so yeah, I am gonna look and see.
Yeah, check into it. I'm pretty sure it's still far out enough to where you should have some time.
Yeah, and just leave Sunday, you know, Sunday night, because then I would have to stay from Monday the whole day and just hang out at the airport until like 11. So yeah.
Yeah, I've never been to a Las Vegas Evo or anything like that. Something that huge, you know. I've just been to like local tournaments and stuff like. And even those, I got to drive out pretty far to get to them because it's right
that's how it was with this one. Last one, was in Tennessee.
But basically, man, that's like a dream. I'd love to go out there. And one of my problems is, well, there's several problems, but one of them, if it's not the money, it's kind of like if I do have the money, I don't want to go by myself.
Right.
You know.
Right.
Wake up missing a kidney.
Yeah. Look, next year, man, we gotta let's all go. You know?
We'll plan something out, see if we can make it happen.
I know that it's expensive, so some people can go, some people can't. It's no biggie, but look, those of you who want to go, you know, let's kind of make it happen, because I feel like if you call yourself a gamer, you call yourself a Tekken player, right? You owe it to you. This is like Mecca. This is like going to Mecca. You know, at least one time in your life, go to the biggest event, tournament in the world, you know. So
it is, right?
At least once. In the world.
Yeah. Just going to the small ones, like I'm sure the one you went to, I'm pretty sure that was pretty exhilarating. Since
that was.
You drove out. Fun. How many hours did you say you drove out?
I think it was like three. Like 3.5
hours. And then 3 hours back. Did you stay or did you drive straight back?
Yeah, I stayed. I stayed.
Nice. Did you go out by yourself or did you bring your friends or?
Yeah, I went by myself. So
there's a benefit. So I've gone to some tournaments with friends before, and one time I made the mistake of taking my girlfriend back in the day. Man, whining and complaining.
Right.
But I'll never do that again. But basically, I mean, she even told me like, don't ever bring me again. I mean, this was fun in the beginning, but then it's so many hours, and if you're not playing, and it gets boring. I can imagine, it's my fault.
Yeah. For a spouse, that's like my music. Like when I practice, y'all don't want to be around for that. You know, like nobody want to be around for the practice. But when I play, boom,
then you want to be there. That's how she was.
Have a good time, you know. And it's like that.
It's showtime at that point.
Yeah. It's like that, for tournaments. You got to go with other players.
So that's what I was gonna say. I went with other players. And that was fun, because they were into it just as much as I was. So I went to 2 separate ones. One of them, the guys I went with, they were really into it. So that was awesome the whole time. Another time I went to it, they were into it in the beginning, and then they just kind of like, I'm done. But, we couldn't just leave because it's like hours out of our area. So and you got to start hearing them whining. So it's good to go with someone that's going to be into it as much as you are, or it's good to go by yourself because then you don't only have to worry about yourself,
Right. Yeah. And that's how I was, like, look, I only I was just focused on me. I got a chance to see the venue, play, meet the guys, and like I need to build the Tekken community here, which I'm going to do that. Like I'm going to focus on that.
Yeah. When you go out there, network, man. Yeah. Network and get some I would make some cards made of all of you or something you can just like be like, But network, or at least make friends. If you don't network in that traditional sense, network through making some connections that you can later contact online, when you get back home. That's what I would do. Yeah.
Yeah, get gamer tags,
Gamer tags, yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, you definitely got to do that. And like when I go to Vegas, like I'm gonna have a couple guys I know that's gonna be there.
Mm-hmm.
So
Awesome.
so like,
so you have somebody to kind of bounce off
yeah,
of.
yeah. Just kind of
Nice.
just kind of hang out with. I know a couple guys who are going. So but
Oh, I know what else I want to ask you. Tell me about your Charleston Tekken shirt you got there. What's what's that about?
Yeah, so this is like a gaming league
That you're creating, right? You're behind that as well?
Yeah. So yeah, I created this, and so we did the first tournament was a NBA 2K tournament.
Oh yeah, you said you wanted to say something about that.
So we did that. So the grand prize was like $500. You brought in for like, I think it was like $59 or $69. Mm-hmm. And if you won, it was $500, nice. Right? And then we did a Madden tournament, which was, again, $5. And then we put on a Call of Duty, the World War II one, right? Nice. Which that was like $6,000. The grand prize was like $6,000.
How old? Man, that's some money.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it was, those were like, that was huge, right?
Yeah.
But the whole idea, I wanted to, because it's called Charleston Tekken, mm-hmm. I didn't want to do Tekken because then people would think it's only Tekken.
Yeah, and that's what I would think too. So that's why when you told me about these other shooter games, I was kind of surprised. But that's right. Good. So it's basically a gaming league where several games.
It's a gaming league, and so that was the tournament base. That's what everybody is doing now, is tournament base, right? But we're transition. Look, we're trendsetters. So, look, on the BAM show, y'all about to see what's going to be the future of gaming, right? Now,
awesome.
Let's go back to wrestling, WWE.
Oh damn,
WCW, right?
I love this. Yeah,
that's the future, where you're not putting in money so that you can compete in a tournament to win the jackpot, mm-hmm. right? You will get paid, and this is how we do it. You get paid to come and play. Nice. Now, if you win, you get more.
Nice.
But you get a set fee, and we do shows like. I'm going to do like a big show. Well, it won't be big, but it's going to be the biggest show that I've done.
Yeah, you've done.
Nice. And, I'm going to sell tickets.
Yeah.
So I'll have the top 3 games, and, it'll be like a UFC card, right? Okay. So instead of weight classes, it'll be games. So right. The main event will be the most popular game. So whatever the most popular game. So if it's 2K Pro-Am, then that's going to be the main event, right?
Yeah.
If it's Tekken, then Tekken will be the main event, right? Because I'm a Tekken player, Tekken will be on the card.
It's a must.
Right. Tekken is a must. But, but like if we did it 2 weeks or a month ago, Mortal Kombat would have definitely made it because it's popular. You know, people want to see it.
Yeah, you got to get the crowds out there. You got to hype up the
I don't really
event.
care for it, but
yeah, me either.
Right.
I tried, man. I tried.
But that's the idea. And what I'm hoping for is, so like I'm in West Virginia and I'm close to Ohio. So, but I have guys all over the country who want me to come and do a show in their city close by.
Nice.
So what I'm gonna do is grab gamers from all over the country, right, to compete. Mm-hmm. And it'll, like I said, it'll be just like a fight card. So you'll get like $150. I'll fly you out, pay for your hotel, pay for one other person to come with you, nice. And you compete. And if you win, you get a bonus. And if not, you get your base pay.
So nice. That's what you're trying to get all this to grow
into.
Yeah.
So that's going to be the future.
That's basically the business plan. This is where you're trying to get it to be at.
Yeah. And that's nice. And I already know, like, that's going to be the evolution of gaming. And it's not going to be so much tournaments. It's going to be like UFC or WWE.
Nice.
Which I really want to say WWF, but everybody who talks about it, they all say WWE. So.
Nah, we are old school. It's WWF for life.
Right, man.
WWF. But yeah, I know what you're saying. All right, man. Well, if there's anything else that you wanted to talk about before we head off, I mean, feel free. If not, we can take off. It's up to you.
All right. Well, let's. I want to look at one of my matches at this tournament.
Nice.
Just so you guys have an idea of like, okay, if you record your matches, you want to know like, all right, what do I look for? You know, so I had this match. What do I look for? Like, how do I get better? You know, I recorded it, but I don't know.
Yeah, you don't know what
so
you're
like,
looking for. I have that problem
right.
too. It's kind of like,
so yeah, so I just want to go just watch one match where I want to show the one where I lose. You know, the one you can still gain knowledge from wins as well, right? You can, because you know, you can always gain knowledge, but I want to look at maybe one of my losses because that's going to be easy, and you know, I don't want to take up too much time. So could do both, but let's not worry about that. But let's look at our losses and see, you know, okay, what was I doing? What could I improve on? Stuff like that. And this way you guys can take some of that into your next matches, even if you didn't record it, but you remember like, okay, something, you know, you kind of remember what happened. You can use some of these tactics to kind of help you develop, like, you know, and get better. All right. So I believe I'm here at this. So
I'm gonna make it full screen. All right.
So I'm Eddie.
Yeah.
All right. So.
Seems like you're pressuring him good, and he had some good movement there.
Yeah.
But he kept inching his way back.
All right, so I dropped the combo, so that's one thing. Make sure your combos are crispy.
He's also making sure to block a lot, and then probably punish after it. Oh, nice. Nice, you got him that time. All right, you guys are using that dick punch pretty well, making sure to yeah, basically not to let them get any leeway, stopping their attacks, basically interrupting their attacks right there. Both of you guys did it. Somebody says, not gonna lie, that block game is on point for your Eddie. That wasn't too bad of a loss. He just got that round off you.
Yeah, so I know. It was close.
You're not getting, like, you know, steamrolled or nothing.
Debug.
Yeah, he's definitely not dropping his combos either, so that is helping. That's in his favor, right?
Right.
Saw a few whiffs. Yeah, I saw a few whiffs there. If I had to point anything out, you know.
Right. So, I guess you can go back to full screen or split screen or whatever.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah. So, one of the things that I feel like, you know, just as it gets more intense the higher you go up, right? So like, he wasn't a really good player because, and I say like, that's not, I don't want to bash anybody, you know?
Yeah,
but
I get
like,
you.
if we just think about like high level, he did one type of combo setup.
Yeah.
And it was based off of the down forward 2, the savage uppercut, right? All of his combos came off of that. Like, that's how he got all of his combos, right? So like, that's the first thing. So understand like, okay, how is my opponent getting these combos on me? You know, now if you're in like the red, you know, like, look, they're going to be getting combos off of more than just one launcher, right?
Yeah. Got you.
So it's like, all right, identify, okay, how are they setting their combos, right? That's the first thing. So like, look, all right. So now then, if they all launchers are punishable, you know. So unless it's a counter hit, but then that's a different game, right? We're just talking about basic, you know, combo starters now, because I blocked a few of them, but I didn't punish, you know, like I didn't know. I know now that down forward 2 is 14 frames. It's minus 14 frames. So I could have got a 14 frame punish off of that.
And that's because you went back and researched the video?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. You know, and so that's the first thing. Then another move, because to open up a turtle, right, can opener, you gotta poke low, you know, like, so somebody's blocking, they constantly blocking, you gotta start hitting low, that'll open them up, right? So he used I want to say it was like down back 1, which, or down back 2, it's either one of them. I think it's down back, let's see, might be 2. He used down back 2 a lot, which a lot of Jack players, like even, you know, Saint.
Oh yeah, that quick little jab there.
Like, yeah, Anakin, like down, you know, down back 1 is I think that's what it is. That's like a
low jab. Yeah.
It's devastating, right?
Yeah, it gets in there, and the range on it is pretty good for. You know, it's because his arms are so long, but basically it's a good jab. Yeah. So we know, okay, identify how they're doing the combos, like how are they starting combos, right? All right, so we got that, and then what is their low? You know, like what is their low poke? Like, so if I'm blocking everything, what type of lows are they hitting me with? If it's a Brian, if it's a low Brian, they're gonna hit you with the snake edge. Yeah.
You know,
but that one's really, that one is a move that they're gonna use to try to launch you as well. It's not so much. It's not so much a low poke. It's more of a setup. Like
right. But if you're blocking, if you're constantly blocking, you know that
then you're good on that. You know. But sometimes people, you know, they like to poke you with that, just a low poke, and that's how, like you said, that's how you open up that turtle.
Right. You know, so like identify, okay, how are they opening me up, right? How are they gonna open me up, right? So we got, okay, what combo starters are they using? What type of lows, you know, what are they poking me with, right? And just once you just look at those, because like in this Tekken God Prime book, we go over the strings. Right. So like we know the lows in the string, right? So Jack has he has a few, but he has 2 main strings that Jack players use that you can duck under. You can do a duck under the second and actually launch them, right? So like you can do that. That's a little bit more advanced, but just right away, you don't know the character. This is a new guy. You haven't studied them. Okay, what are they launching me with? And what are they trying to open me up?
I got you. So you got to look for that basic stuff first.
Right.
And then once you feel like you're comfortable with that, or you've advanced in your Tekken knowledge, then you can start looking for more advanced stuff of where can I use my movement, either whether it be ducking or a sidestep or just backing off.
Now see the movement, you know, if you work the frame part of it, then that's going to increase your movement, right? Because like I was telling Bam how but my last match, I was playing a Geese player, and I got hit with a lot of counter hits, a lot of them, you know. So now I'm watching the tape, right? I'm watching the footage to see, okay, where was I getting hit with these counters? And that means that I was minus in frames. I really should have backed up, blocked, right? So like if I block, that means that I'm gonna get hit with the freaking mix up, right? If I'm blocking, so you know I'm gonna get hit with the mix up. But if I backdash, then I might have a chance to avoid the whole mix up game. Right? So knowing your frames is gonna help you with that. But you know, that's that. I ain't trying to talk your head off about this technical aspect of Tekken. But,
because we could do an entire another podcast off of that, you know, and it'd help even more if we had the the characters on screen to you know, it's always easier to visually see it than to just, you know, always just talk about it, like but seeing it visually, like an example.
But that's the thing with the book will help you be able to visualize, you want to have it up here.
Exactly, you'll have it, but
it'll take a while.
Exactly. No, that makes sense. But I mean, if there's anything else you want to talk about? Nope.
No, that's it. You know, just thank everybody. I want to thank you.
Thanks you for coming on.
So I appreciate it, man. Really appreciate
Awesome. Yeah, I'm really glad we finally got to do this. It's been in the works for a while, but we finally got it done, and I think I'm happy with it. All right, guys. So that's it for the Bamcast episode 7. If you guys want to know anything more about the TekkenGodPrime.com website or the book, the workbook, feel free to visit Potzer's website, and you can get everything off of there. You can buy the book on there. You can get all the frame data stuff on there. Just go to the website, visit it, and check it out. I'm going to put the link to it in all the descriptions of all my videos and in all my social media. So, yeah, check it out. And go. Did you have something to say?
Yeah. I'm starting up my new page. It's going to be Potzer_99 on Twitch. I'm going to start streaming.
Nice.
So I'm going to put it in the Discord. I'm going to let everybody know.
Put it in Discord, and then I'll copy paste it as well onto this video and social media and stuff.
Yeah. So it's going to be Potzer, _99. And like right now I'm under Charleston Tekken.
Yeah.
But
it's going to change.
Yeah. I'm going to change because Charleston Tekken is going to go back to tournaments, and just events.
Gotcha.
So so if you guys see that, you're gonna like when you see it pop up, you're gonna see like 2K or a Fortnite or it's gonna be something else. I probably won't even be there, so
nice.
Don't worry about it. But if you want to see me, just do Potzer_99.
Nice on Twitch.
Yeah, on Twitch.
Cool. All right, guys. Well, that's it for the Bamcast. I will see you all next time, and thank y'all for being here. Later.
Louisiana, close to New